Qualifications, orientations, and training are essential to ensure employees perform their job tasks in a safe and healthy manner. Employers and employees require training to ensure they can do their jobs safely. COR audits measure whether employers and employees, if applicable, can safely perform their assigned tasks. In Alberta, the legislation focuses on qualifications, training, and experience and says, with those requirements satisfied, the worker can do the work. This is considered competency. At the federal level, we are looking at knowledge, training, and experience to be able to do the work and refer to this as a qualified person. In general, to be considered competent or a qualified person in health and safety, workers and employers will have to demonstrate a combination of the following. Be qualified because of knowledge, training, and experience to do the assigned work. Be knowledgeable of the hazards and risks associated with the work being performed. Know how to recognize, evaluate, and control those hazards and risks. Know how to work safely and therefore protect themselves and others. Know the relevant laws and regulations that apply to the work being done. Depending on the job, the worker should have a formal qualification, certificate, or ticket, usually provided through a formal educational program such as a license, certificate, diploma, or degree, issued by a competent authority, such as the government or a post-secondary institution. Some examples include a Class 1 license, a journeyman ticket such as heavy-duty mechanic, welder, or trailer technician, a degree in supply chain management, a certified transportation safety professional, Canadian registered safety professional, or first aid certificates. The worker should be adequately trained for the tasks they are asked to perform, the equipment they will operate, and the policies or processes they must follow. This may be done through an internal training program and/or on-the-job training under the supervision of another competent worker. This training should be documented and signed and dated by the worker. Some examples of training would include new hire orientation, toolbox talks, fire drills, hours of service training, electronic logging devices training, weights and dimensions training, safety orientations, in-house driver training, and mentoring programs. Determining whether a worker has sufficient experience to safely perform work is the employer's responsibility. Again, it's important to document that a worker has sufficient experience. A best practice would be to complete a practical assessment to verify. Experience requirements depend on the employer's requirements. A competent worker should closely supervise new workers until such time that the worker is deemed competent by the employer. Two examples of sufficient experience: an employer scheduling a road test for a driver to complete before they are deemed capable of driving for that company, a yard worker passing a practical forklift test. A carrier's onboarding program is where new employees acquire the necessary knowledge and training on the required skills and behaviors needed to work effectively and safely. This is a structured program that must be planned and documented as having been completed. Orientation should include the following for COR: the right to know, the right to participate, the right to refuse dangerous work, emergency response procedures, rules of enforcement, high-risk hazards, hazard reporting, incident reporting, and policies on violence and harassment.